This is 2 days worth of work. This is about, a 15,000 square foot building. This whole complex is 50,000 square feet, and we're taking it out. The Kia dealership that's over here, they're going to build another building over here, and it's a big demo. So basically we're taking out all this red iron and saving it, taking it to the scrapyard. If you turn around here, we got this building here and this building here. And then all these parking lots, all this stuff's coming out and being taken out. So let's see if these are tempered glass or not. Tempered glass. Ah. Ooh, it hit the Honda. Here's Johnny. Let's get out of here. Okay, so here's what we're doing. This is a 50,000 square foot complex. It had 40 different businesses in here. This complex was at the tail end of its life. It had the kind of stuff in here as a commercial owner you just don't want to be renting to. You were just renting it to anybody, and it just really didn't make a lot of sense. Also, the buildings needed to be freshened up, especially for where they're located. This is one of our 20-yard dumpsters. They use that. They're reinforced. They use them for hauling the concrete. This is our 323 excavator, and it is really cool to operate, really cool to use, very powerful. It's kind of like a real live video game when you're running it. It's really fun. So you got Colton running the machine right here. We were running a pretty large crew on this for a while because we had one of our machines down. So basically he's taking, these are concrete masonry walls, and he's taking them down. You see they got the rebar in them. The newer construction now, you got 10 times more rebar in these buildings connecting them to the foundations. So as you see, look at how powerful that is. If you think about these machines and the amount of work that they can do that we don't have to physically do anymore, it's kind of like the AI coming in and doing all the things, doing massive amounts of work for us. Everything's changing right now. Right here, we've already taken all the C&D out of here, which is the construction debris, the wood, the asphalt shingles, furniture, stuff like that, and taking it. And then now we're just down to just taking out the concrete. So here, they're going to knock all these windows out. What they're going to do is they're going to get a hold of the aluminum, and then we will recycle the aluminum. Here we are taking the first bite out of the biggest building, out of the 3 buildings that were here. I think there were 2 15,000 square foot buildings, and then this one's a 30,000 square foot building. Very long, over 100 foot long, built in 2 different buildings that were butted up to each other. Here the guys are using the fire hose to keep the dust down, keep the neighbors from getting upset with us. He's going to separate the metal from here, and he's going to take all the construction debris and put it into a pile. As he takes it apart, he's going to make it into small chunks so it'll fit inside of our dumpsters without hanging out. Here you go, the pipe broke, so he's got to reconnect it, put the clamp back on it.
You did it!
Separating out the metal, putting stuff into a pile, making it smaller so it'll fit and not hang out of dumpsters when we're driving it down the street. They need it to be in smaller sections so that they can get the tarps up and over the load to travel on the road and not be dropping debris everywhere. It's illegal to do that, to have untarped loads when you're running CDL driver's licenses. Actually, I don't think you're supposed to be doing it on anything, but they hold you to a higher standard if you're running CDL equipment, basically commercial equipment. So there's that 323. It's a 2018 machine. These machines, you wouldn't believe the amount of maintenance that they take, especially with the new pollution systems that they put on the machines. It makes them very, very finicky and very, very particular and hard to keep them running all the time. They call it DEF fluid systems. They are pollution control systems. The trucks have it, and also the machines have it, and they have a tendency to put the machines down quite a bit. So that's him pulling more of the red iron out. This is him up on the debris. He likes to run up on some of the debris so it'll fit inside of these dumpsters without hanging out. And then this, we're using the one of our skid steers to clean up all the little pieces and get it into a pile, so that, you know, it'll take forever to do that with the excavator. You can do it with the little skid steer. You can do it in a fraction of the time. That's some concrete. That was an HVAC system that came off the top. We got about 40 of them. Probably was more. Some of these units probably have more than one HVAC system on it. Us separating that, I don't know. I'm not sure why. He might have saved that concrete so that when he's cleaning up later on, he can use it to smooth out the lot, make it look better, and use the machine to do it, the bigger machine. Then they could have somebody on the skid steer and somebody on the excavator smoothing out all the dirt after we get done pulling these out of here. So here's another HVAC system. So every time he gets a piece of metal, he's bringing it over and putting it into a pile. And that's basically what you do. You put the C&D in one pile, you put the metal in another pile, you put the concrete in another pile, and all of them are recycled in different ways. This teardown took us about a month. We were working on the project a little bit longer than that, just when we were between jobs. We were going in and doing some recycling stuff with the machine, pulling off the aluminum gutters and stuff like that. We also went in and pulled all the copper wires out of the pipes, the conduits that ran out to the transformers. This particular complex, they didn't have the overhead wires. They were running them underground. This complex was actually built by the contractor that's having us tear it down. They built it back in, I think it was 1996, maybe? No, 1974. I think it was 1974. But at any rate, they built it, and now they're tearing it down. They also built the complex next door that was torn down about 10 years ago. They actually had their office in there. We've been working for them this long. And we actually moved them out of there and moved them into their new place, where they're over there by the permitting office. So here you go. That's a 40-yard dumpster right there. I think we have about 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them. And we run We run 2 roll-off trucks, and we run a 65-yard end dump on these projects. So the water there is a requirement. This is the city of Naples. They have pretty strict requirements about everything, and they're pretty much Johnny on the spot, making sure that you're doing things the way they want them done. People in Naples they're very picky, very particular. They like things done a certain way. And honestly, it adds to the costs for everybody because of all the additional things that need to be done to protect everything. So that's one roll off heading out. The dump's pretty close here. So this is an inside shot, and this is what it looks like if you were sitting inside of this when we were tearing it down. It's quite a visual, isn't it? Look at all that that blown-in insulation that was up above the tiles there.
There's a break in that big wall right there, kind of in the center. Okay. And then hopefully it'll all fall down at once.
You're just gonna try to knock the whole thing over?
Yeah, it's barely.
Okay, so we did a live stream on this where we walked around and we actually knocked down these long walls. Some of them were as much as a 50 foot at a time. You'll see it here. But we had a very long live stream we did, and you can see it up here in the upper right-hand corner. And if you want to click on that, if you want to watch the live stream and see this in more detail, you could do that.
Gigantic wall. Woo!
You know, this is more CMU walls. And then they're dropping another one of those 20-yarders. And the 20-yarders, we try to bring, they call it clean when you bring it with just the rebar and just the concrete. It can be a chore to do that and to get it clean enough so that the recycle centers are not charging you more. So if you bring it in and it's clean meaning just rebar and concrete and very little, maybe like 5% of other stuff, then you know it might be $100 to dump that concrete. But if you bring it to them dirtier and they have to process it, they charge you more because they got to process it. Now what they do is they turn around and they mulch this stuff up. They put it into a concrete pulverizer, and this very same concrete could be used as the base on some roads they're putting in next week. It just depends. Right now there must be a shortage of it because some of the yards are taking the concrete in for free. This is a piece of furniture from the shop. It's an antique. We have a hard time selling antiques. There was some missing parts to it, and just for fun, we just crushed it with the excavator. This right here was a kiosk that was at the marijuana dispensary. Actually had like a computer screen built into it, which I hit one of those once with a hammer and it got really hot. We were worried that it was going to blow up. One of the YouTube guys said you can't be hitting that stuff with sledgehammers; it'll blow up the lithium batteries. So it was an Apple iPad. So here we are getting to the tail end of this thing. This is what it looks like when we get done. We're not completely cleaned up, but we're very close. They got a little bit of foundation left and some asphalt, and we should be done with this within a day or two. We're marching along. We made some mistakes with this YouTube channel. We've kind of corrected them. We're starting to take off again, and we're looking to hit 50,000 subs by the end of this month. Definitely 100,000 by the end of the year. And who knows, man? We're starting to get some traction, starting to understand this a little better. But we could use your help. If you can like and share and subscribe, we sure would appreciate it. So if you like this video, you need to check out this video right here. This is us taking out a bank vault up in Inglewood, and it was unbelievably hard to get out. It's a FDIC insured bank vault, had to be built to these certain specs. It was a nightmare to take it out.